About 6 years back, we took this ghost tour. It was one of those things which induced me to want to become an investigator. At that time, the tour was probably much different than it is today. There are now two tours, and the ghost tour is the one that's given early in the evening, while when we took it, this tour was relegated to the late position in the night. Michael had keys to a lot of the businesses in the Old Town area, and we were allowed to go into the structures early in the morning and take pictures and capture what we could. Since that time, a lot of these structures have changed names, have changed ownership, and a lot of them have gone through major renovations. These photos from 6 years ago are of the Cosmopolitan, which looked quite different from the Cosmopolitan that we were staying in the night that we took the second tour. Michael claims that this second late night tour is of a different area that produces constant EMF activity, and even alludes that it might be related to some kind of vortex activity. This was something that we wanted to see for ourselves. At this point, it needs to be mentioned that the city of San Diego has a very curious custom. Whenever they need land for a roadway, a bikeway, a walkway, a recreation area, a park, something like that, they just find an old cemetery, take out the headstones, throw a couple of feet of fill dirt down, and call it good. We first observed this custom at the El Campo graveyard near the old Whaley House. When the city wanted to expand and pave Highway 101, they just paved right over part of the cemetery and then put little markers in the ground to let people know on the sidewalk and in the street that they were driving or walking over graves. Likewise is Michael's second location, except instead of just a handful of graves, there are literally hundreds of graves for the public to trot over. Probably anyone in San Diego would be able to point out where this area is at. But this area is probably an acre in size, and there are only 4 spots within this area that have constant EMF activity. For that, you would have to be shown. These commemorative plaques on location are dedicated to the people who are still buried underneath your feet as you walk over this spot. Their graves remain, the headstones are long since gone. It should be noted that activity was not present at this location until Michael asked it to come forward and to make its presence known.
Okay, can you make it solid for like 1 minute?
Fascinating.
Amazing.
It is amazing. How did you,
What's your name?
how long did it take you to find this here?
Well, I've been coming here now for about 9
9 years, you said.
What's
And
your
there's
name?
a lot of spirits here. There's the 4 we're going to interact with are what they refer to as grounded or stuck here. They will also always interact with us. So I mean, in just a second we're going to walk to spirit number 2, and we're going to walk through several spirits. But we don't interact with them because we don't know who they are at this particular time. But there's a lot of them. I mean, sometimes they want to interact with us, sometimes they don't. But these 4 will always interact with us.
Well, I don't understand how come the cell sensor doesn't go off though from that. You know, it's got to do something with the shielding. But I had the same thing. We picked up.
That one's good on electricity.
Right, but
I haven't had too much success on spirits with
oh yeah, we put them. We lace the room with them, and whenever anything comes in, this is our alarm.
Okay.
Yeah, we've used it on all the surveillance stuff. But I have found, you know, that we will pick up stuff on the K2 that the cell sensor doesn't pick up. Again, I think it has to do with the shielding. I would like to try something else if you don't mind.
Sure.
Still there?
What is that?
This is the electrosmog detector. This picks up RF.
Radio frequency.
And usually, like when you're near the internet or something, I mean, it's like, you know, I mean, it's just really. There's a little bit of RF, but not enough that it should be reacting to that. Really my guess was that the K2, which is largely unshielded, was detecting radio frequency, but the electrosmog detector did not seem to bore that out. It picked up minimal radio frequency in the area. However, it should be pointed out that the electrosmog detector is poorly suited for this work. It is designated as an RF signal tracer and basically used to detect bugs hidden within your home. It can detect amplitude, but not the direction and frequency of the sort. It also cannot detect extremely low frequencies, which the military uses, and San Diego is a military naval base. When I list these areas as being allegedly male or female, it is because over the years Michael has acquired a map of the plots of the area and apparently has a rough idea of whose grave we are standing on.
Now the difference that I found between the male and the female are the males are crazy flashing into the red. The females can, but for the most part they flash to the third light.
Come
You're saying
on.
they're weaker then?
I didn't say that. I don't know. They
Probably.
can't
Well,
flash.
the energy would have to be weaker in order
They
to...
can flash to the third light. No, keep them right there. She'll come to us. They can flash to the third light, but for the most part, I mean, they can flash to the red, but most part they flash to the third light. We're gonna give her a second. Can you make the lights flash, please? How about the second green light? Can you make it flash one time, please? And again, if this is RF or something natural, the meters would be going off.
Yeah.
They would be, yeah. That's, you know, it's pretty much consistent whenever you... at the Hotel Mizpah, I picked up an 8-second spike on the K2 that just was continuous, and I had no explanation for it.
Yeah.
There was nothing that could have been causing it.
Watch it. I'm gonna flash in a second. Can you make the lights flash,
Come
please?
on. Don't be shy.
Can you move the meters right where my hand is, right there? Stay right there.
Come
Make the
on.
lights flash, please. Second green light. Can you make it flash one time, please? There you go.
There
Thank
you
you.
go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can you make it solid?
She doesn't. They're all a little bit different. She doesn't do the solid thing.
That's it.
There you go. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. You're very nice.
Again, if this was the natural RF, I mean, they would continue to be crazy.
Yeah, there would be...
Can you make it the lights
Okay.
flash one more time for us, please? Thank you.
Oh.
How about the other meter? Can you make the other meter flash just one time?
Yeah, it looks like they're both doing it at the same time.
How about this meter? Ignore the one on the left. Just make this one flash one time, please.
A secondary note should be made that throughout
Like
this
it's better
investigation,
than
one of these K2 meters was owned by Michael. The second one I brought to the site, so there was no equipment tampering in play. These K2s are also the second generation constant on-off switch models.
Can you flash to the third light for us, please, one time? To the third light, one time, please.
Third.
There you go. Thank
there you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So they definitely like to interact with us. I think that's the main thing, is they don't want to be forgotten.
Well,
Thank
yeah,
you.
Not forgotten. Can we do anything for you?
Do you need anything?
We don't.
There, I have a recorder here. Say
Oh.
something.
That one, I got a big flash on that one.
Say something. Right here.
You talk into that red box there. We can't hear you, but the box can.
Yeah. Here, right here. You can talk? Come on, say something. I know you're still there. Okay.
Can you tell me your name, please?
Yeah, a name would be nice.
Honey, you gotta give it 10 seconds. Can you tell me your name, please? What year is this? What is your favorite color? Are you female?
Yes. It's flashed on.
Do you know the name of the man giving the tour?
Do you like him?
No EVPs were recorded during this session.
It's a female.
It's not going into the red though.
Remember, males can't. Males crazy flash into the red. Females can, but for the most part, they flash to the third light. Keep flashing, please. Where'd you go? There you go. Thank you. Keep flashing.
come.
So move it one more foot.
There you go. Look at that.
Walk
Wow.
one more foot.
That's
There you go.
amazing.
There you go.
That is amazing.
How are you?
Wow.
See, this is a very strong male.
Yeah, it's very strong.
There you go.
Can you hold the light on and keep it on? Oh, doesn't
Make the
want-
light solid again for us, please. Make the light solid one more time.
There you go.
There you go. Make them both solid one more time, please.
Thank you very much. One more time. Wow.
Can you go ahead?
The other one.
Can you make the light solid? Give us a
In
solid
regards
hit
to
there,
this
please.
video, it was pointed out to me by another investigator that the K2s appear to be
Well,
reacting to
both of them,
cars
that's
going by in the background,
fantastic.
and
How'd you
suggested
do
that
that?
perhaps they were reacting to the spark plugs. However, in this slowed and brightness enhanced version, we can see that the vehicles are actually going by on one of the San Diego's freeways and are at least a quarter of a mile away, and while the detectors seem to react to the first vehicle going by, they don't react at all to the second vehicle going by. After analyzing and taking into account all of the evidence at hand, especially this at the last area, it was my opinion that there was something in that area that was sucking the juice out of the K2 batteries. And, as that electricity was being drawn in a vector across the K2's coil, it therefore was registering the depletion of its own battery source. To test this theory, Michael went back up to location number 4 with an E-pod and a K2 detector. Unlike an EMF detector, the E-pod measures variations in static electricity. If electricity was being drawn from the K2 battery, the E-pod should have reacted to it, and as can be seen from this video, it does not. With the data we have on hand, I cannot say for certain that the activity at these 4 areas is paranormal. We will be returning with other equipment, including handheld oscilloscopes, to determine the frequency and the direction of the EMF activity.
In their church during their time, they're coming out, standing in front of us, yelling at us. We can't hear them, but as we walk through them, we can feel those different type of sensations. So we're going to walk back and forth a couple times and feel nothing, and then pretty soon we're going to start to feel those sensations because they're going to come out and we're going to walk through them.
I just feel that. This video, I was like, I thought this was spider webs all over my arms. So
Well, you'll know if it's a spider web or not, because if it's a spider web, you'll be able to pull at it.
yeah, I look at it and there's nothing.
Okay, good.
And there's people buried under here.
Yes. But here, I believe it's the people from the church that are staying in front of us that we feel them as we walk through them. So any slight change, I mean, what you're feeling now, everything should be normal. But every now and then you're going to start to feel something different. And when you feel that, then you want to stop and say something. Have you had that sensation before? Okay. Good.
I haven't. And I look at my there.
Good. Now, as you walk through the same spot, it may happen again because he's still standing there.
This was the first time that Jan got to experience something that I didn't, and that made her happy. Usually it's the other way around. At this area, the only thing I experienced was bugs bouncing off my skin.
No. Other than the grass being wet.
If I'm in with shorts, I can't feel it I can feel it on my legs, but not with pants. So anything that is exposed, but hopefully they'll just touch you right in the face.
Did you?
No, nothing for me.
There is a third area that Michael takes you to on this tour. I did not record there because of its close proximity to habitation. In defense of the paranormal claims, there are no power lines near any of these areas, and the activity did not begin until Michael prompted it to, and then once it did begin, it simply wouldn't stop. I would now invite you to return to the surveillance ghost hunt of the Cosmopolitan Hotel, where other activity was later recorded.